Alright, so we're in the shop and there's things happening. Alright, so the last few videos I've alluded to things talking about, that we got 1,000 subscribers, that I'd bought a Dauntless V6, that I was going to put it in Jubal. I've still got to do the stuff with the giveaway. I was working on it last night. Alright, so I haven't forgotten. It's going to be in the next few videos. I swear probably the next 1 or 2 videos is going to be the official giveaway. Not forgotten. Have not forgotten. Anyway, more important, let me show you something. You want to see something? Let me show you something. Take a look at this. Take a look. If you look right there at that, is a Dauntless V6. Okay? It's a Dauntless. Okay? This right here is the unit that I went and bought down just over the line. Okay? This right here is what you call a unit. All right, this is a genuine Dauntless V6 out of a 69 Jeepster Commando. All right, and this unit right here is a legendary engine. All right, this is the first one I've ever got to be around, but I've read about them many times about the wondrous exploits of a Dauntless V6. All right, so originally I said that I was going to get parts for the oil pump and just go ahead and do all that stuff. Well, listen, the Red Clay Traveler is impatient. Let me bring you down here. Let me just bring you down on our level with the Dauntless, so that you can drink it up. Hang on just a second. All right, I was going to go ahead and work on the oil pump, get it ready, because these engines have one major flaw, and that's their oil pump design is not the best in the world. All right, this bad boy right here, though, I was like, you know what if I, sorry, this microphone's a little jacked. I'm like, what if I just go ahead and check it real quick? You know, let's say I'm blessed and the oil pump is fine in this engine, and we don't have to mess with it right now. You know what that means, people? That means that it goes into Jubal that much faster. Okay, that's what it means. And then we can always have an oil gauge on it, and if the oil gauge starts, if the pressure starts going down, we don't like it, then we can address the oil pump and put the whole new, fresh, nice one in there. So, got with my brother, brought it in the shop, hooked up the gauge to it. This thing busted right off, and it's running like 25 PSI at pretty low RPM, which is really good. And then I throttled it up pretty good. All right, now it's loud as hell because it's straight pipe. The muffler, the exhaust headers are right here, right? No pipe, no nothing. So it's pretty loud, it's pretty sporty. And it got up well over 30. Looked like it got up to about, probably about 34, 35 PSI. All right, this is the gauge we're using, nice big gauge you can see. And it got up to probably around 35 PSI. All right. Now, the recommended running from Jeep back in the day said this engine should run 33 PSI. All right, that's what it says in the manuals. So that means we're right on point. We're actually slightly above average. So that means that we're going to slam it into that truck right there real soon. Really soon, okay? So we already got it backed in here. What we're going to do to this unit is we're going to pop the hood off of it. We're going to pop the fenders off of it. We're going to pull the grill out of it. And we're going to commence to slamming the Dauntless in it directly. All right. I'm still going to go ahead and do the freeze plugs because the freeze plugs on it are compromised. They've got the temporary ones in it. The kit for that's like $12, so I'm going to get that, film that, show those. I've never messed with freeze plugs, all right? So that'll be a first for me, and you can watch me laugh and struggle while I do it, and you can laugh at me. Change the water pump on it. The gentleman that I bought it from took the starter off of it. I'm not entirely sure why he took the starter off of it, but he did, and he took it, and he threw it up here on top of the engine, and when he did that, he broke the brand new cap for the distributor. So now I got to buy another one of these. All right. That's a small price to pay to get this unit where it'll go more than 12 miles an hour. All right. So this means I order a clutch, water pump, the distributor cap, the freeze plugs. I'm going to scuff it up and paint it one color, black, orange, pink, whatever. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to order, which I don't have to have these right now. I can put them on while it's in the truck. But I am going to order the hugger headers because that'll make running the exhaust a lot easier. Because if you look at these Dauntlesses, the Dauntless V6, so this is your driver's side right here. It comes out at the front towards the radiator. The passenger side comes out at the rear. Okay? That's just, no, all right, that's a problem. So we're gonna order these hugger headers, and they come out, all three come out dead center straight down, and that'll be the same on both sides. So that'll make running the dual exhaust a lot simpler, a lot easier, and it'll look better under the hood. And when we moved it in here, we destroyed the throttle shaft on the carburetor, all right? And that's a cheap carburetor. The guy I bought it from said it was a cheap carburetor. So I think my boss actually has a good 2-barrel Rochester, like an actual name brand one laying around. So I might see if I can get that from him, buy it from him, work for free at a cheesecake, something like that, and slam that on there, okay? Now, I was going through the transmission. The transmission's acting weird. It's kind of bound up. So I'm like, well, what if it looks like an elephant took a numbered dose in there? So I popped the cover off of it, and it actually looks pretty good in there. There's no oil in there. There's a little bit of metal in the bottom. First and reverse on these kind of transmissions tend to grind pretty good, even when you're not really doing anything wrong. So I didn't see anything overly concerning. So it's more than good enough for me. It's probably better than most transmissions I'm driving. So gonna flush it real good, flush the transfer case, and then put it in the truck, and then fill them full of Earl and let it eat. All right. So there's really not that much, and I've got a good alternator. I'll take off a Jubal to put on it, so I don't have to get another alternator. And we'll have a Dauntless in the Willys in this truck right here in Jubal, the greatest achievement of mankind. This truck right here, that one is. This is what it's about, people, all right? I know you haven't seen much Willys content on the Regular Traveler channel. I know you've seen a lot of the CJ5. Listen, I know, all right? Some of that's because Jubal is just, he's not practical to drive around like he is, and that's what the Dauntless is for. The Dauntless is going to fix that. The Dauntless is going to make him light these non-directional tires on fire, okay? It's going to light it, just like that, all right? So, it's going to be good. Order the motor mounts, clutch, water pump, and distributor cap, and the freeze plugs, and kind of half-ass paint it, and then slam it in there. All right, so we're going to take the hood, grill, fenders, radiator out, disconnect everything off that engine, pull it out gently, because this is a very good running engine. It cranked today, no problem at all. I wish I'd have filmed it, but it cranked just amazing. And drove it down here, backed it in here. We're going to pull that out. We're going to save that for a CJ2A, an M38, CJ3A, 3B, whatever we want. We're going to save that, all right? We're going to have stockpile Willys engines. That way you're never without. And we're going to slam the Dauntless in there. It's going to be grand. And it's going to be a lot of different videos. It's going to be a whole series of videos. And I'm going to show you as much as I can about what it takes to put a Dauntless V6 into a 49 Willys truck, okay? I've looked around on YouTube. I haven't seen anybody doing that. I know they've done it. I know they did it back in the day, but that doesn't mean people filmed it. And I have been looking like for tips and stuff, and I can't find nothing on YouTube. Everything's on old forums from like 10, 12 years ago. I want to see it. I want to be able to go back and watch the videos and remember, like, oh yeah, that's when I put the Dauntless in Jubal and it was sick. All right? It's going to be epic. It's going to be grand. So what that means is tonight I need to order the parts that I need. I think I'm going to order the clutch. I'm going to check the price on the clutch from Napa, make sure that theirs isn't cheaper, because the clutch is a little pricey for this. And we're going to see if it get a little cheaper. If not, I'll order it. I know Jeepster Man's got them. I think Kaiser Willys has got them. A bunch of different people have them. Jeepster Man's phenomenal, by the way. If you're into old Jeeps, you probably know of Jeepster Man, and Jeepster Man is aces. I like Jeepster Man. But yeah, so I'm excited. If you can't tell, this is going to be the sickest thing. You're going to see this truck basically in every video after this is done. I'm going to drive it every damn day. I would have drove this to Utah if it had the Dauntless in it. Crank up the golden oldies, listen to some Johnny Lee, Looking for Love in all the wrong places, and drive this unit all over the place. And that unit right there is what's going to do it. This engine, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This engine right here, with a 2-barrel carb on it, is producing 170 horsepower and about 235 foot-pounds of torque out of this unit. It's almost the exact length of the L-head. I measured the L-head earlier from the back of the block to the fan blade. It's about 23 inches or so. I measured this one, it's about 23 inches or so. So it's just gonna fit in there like a glove, and it's gonna be, my God, it's gonna be epic. I'm telling you, it's gonna be grand. It's gonna be real grand. And I'm gonna get the Dauntless badges. They're actually not badges, they're stickers. I'm gonna get those. And I think you're gonna have the sick logo right here, Jeep Truck. You're gonna have this action right here, Jeep Truck. And then with the hood closed, I'd like it to have the Dauntless. I actually like to get the actual V6 badge. They had a badge too. Like maybe put it right in this quadrant. Maybe right here. And then have the sticker that says Dauntless V6 right there. I think that'll be sick. Get the logo, Red Clay Traveler on there. It's already got disc brakes. It's got brand new tires. The axles have been rebuilt. It's got a new radiator. What more do you want? I'm the Red Clay Traveler. You're going to be seeing a lot more of my stupid face. You're going to be seeing a lot of this sick-ass truck right here, and you're going to be seeing a lot of that Dauntless right there. You're going to see a whole heap and helping of Dauntless action. The name alone is worth putting in on the truck. I love you all. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Tell your friends. You're going to see a lot of content coming up, a lot of Dauntless content, and it's going to be epic. I'm going to go order some parts now and try to calm my heart rate because I'm pumped. I'm stoked, all right? It's going to be so sick. We're all going to think we have tuberculosis. That's how sick it's going to be, all right? And remember, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what, the Red Clay Traveler's here, and Jeep Trucks for life. Get it.